Hey guys, welcome back to the channel, and today we're gonna be reacting to
K-pop stans are being racist to defend plagiarism. Again.
Another day, another black artist being plagiarized. It's exhausting to even have to say that out loud again. But here we are. Every few months, it feels like deja vu.
I don't
A new
understand the
music video
title.
drops.
The stands are being racist to defend plagiarism.
I mean, honestly, I feel like the title is a little clickbaity because, let me be honest, I saw racist and I clicked. So I don't know. Let's see what they say. I don't know.
The visuals look suspiciously familiar. Fans do some digging and suddenly realize that yet another black creator's work has been borrowed, reinterpreted, or flat out copied without credit. And what's worse, the backlash always seems to fall on the wrong people. Instead of holding the actual creative teams
Why are we seeing
accountable, the
Soyeon,
conversation derails into fandom wars, racist comments, and selective outrage. And that brings us to the latest controversy, the one surrounding Soyeon and RT's music video for Damn Deity, because this situation is a perfect example of
Damn Diddy? Damn Diddy?
I think so.
That's the name of the song? Damn Diddy?
how online discussions about plagiarism, artistry, and accountability
Well,
can
we
spiral
haven't
into
heard
complete
this
chaos
though.
if we don't take a minute to separate fact from emotion. So let's do exactly that. Let's slow it down, take a clear look at what happened, who's actually
make it
responsible, and why
bouncy.
Isolt's response matters more than some people seem willing to admit. Because this is about more than just aesthetics. This is about respect, credit, and the constant erasure of black artistry in the global music industry. Okay, let's take a second to really break down what actually happened here, because the details matter. And honestly, the way people are talking about it online right now is all over the place. So, the controversy is centered around the music video for Damn Daddy. That's the new track by RT featuring
Damn Daddy.
Damn Daddy, not Damn Diddy. I swear the first time she said Damn Diddy.
Soyeon. The issue isn't with the song itself. Musically, it's fine. The problem lies in the visuals. The entire concept, the aesthetic choices, and certain specific shots bear an undeniable resemblance to Isolt's music video for BTCH You Could Never. And when I say
Oh, bitch, you could never. Isolde. Yeah, Isolde. Okay, interesting. We haven't seen that by Isolde. I don't recall. Do you?
No.
Say resemblance, I don't mean, oh, they were both wearing black and white. I mean scene for scene similarities that are too specific to brush off as coincidence. It's the kind of thing where, once you see the comparison side by side, it's impossible to unsee.
Hey, I got her a little something.
The only thing, I guess,
Oh,
I would say, like, as a
Walt rolled his
Now,
saving grace, if you will, based on these little shots, it seems like The Office, you know, the TV show. So maybe both are inspired by that. But it is awfully, but it's awfully similar.
But listen, but it's not
I'm
even
listening.
about just like, okay, we're showing plagiarism, because plagiarism, of course, their teams have to figure it out.
Yeah,
I guess it's more about
absolutely.
like the response for the fan bases, you know, and how they kind of protect and shield the artists.
Also, it's kind of why I feel like this might be a plagiarism compared to some other cases. It's easy to rip off an artist like Isolde. She doesn't really have a name. She's not even American. You know, like that's, if you were to rip someone off, it would be someone like that. Because if you ain't gonna, like, when Lisa tried to rip off Fiend, you ain't ripping off no Travis Scott. That's just not happening. But there's Isolde, in small French artist trying
And
to break
I think
through, you know.
they talked about it.
Who?
Don't think they went to court, but they had a talk about it.
They did have I think they settled, yeah. There was definitely I think the guy the director for Fiend, he put it on TikTok, on Instagram, yeah. He said, yeah. So that was actually, he felt like he was plagiarized.
it's really important to clarify something here. Soyeon's role in this project was as a featured artist. She came in, recorded her vocals, and did her performance for the camera. She was not the director, she wasn't the producer, and she wasn't
Who is this? Soyeon with who? I don't know. We haven't seen this song. We haven't heard nothing
sitting
about
in those
it.
creative meetings making decisions about the video's artistic direction. That might sound like a small detail, but it's not. It's a huge distinction when we talk about accountability and responsibility. Because here's how this usually works in the industry. The creative direction for a video, from concept to execution, is primarily handled by the director and the production company. They're the ones who build the visual world of a project, not the featured artist who's simply lending their voice. Sure, sometimes artists have input or influence, especially if they're heavily
I understand that the feature artist does not have any decisions, But at the same time, you do, by becoming a feature artist, you do co-sign your name to it, though. So you should bear responsibility for the backlash. I don't think just, oh, I'm a feature artist, wash my hands. I don't think that's how it works.
Heavily involved in their brand image, but for the most part, the person responsible for how a music video looks is the team behind the camera. So, while Soyeon is the face we see and the name attached to the track, that doesn't automatically make her the one who should be blamed for the plagiarism. The creative decisions that led to this, the similarities, the concept, the direction, those fall squarely on the shoulders of the director and the production team who approved it. That said, context still matters, because this isn't the first time Soyeon's name has been attached to a plagiarism controversy. Back in 2022, with her song Sun, she did face allegations and ultimately took responsibility for the similarities, issuing a public apology. So I completely understand why, for a lot of people, this
Yeah, I don't think that those two matter particularly. Like, they're not, I don't think they're related, but I do think, if somebody deems that there is plagiarism, there's some sort of legal action, she should apologize, though. I don't think she is responsible. I don't think we should hold her responsible for this. I don't think it's her fault per se, but I think an apology is in order because her name is attached to it.
I think I can see how this must be annoying for her because she's already a leader for another group and she's responsible for a lot of like taking direction. So the one time she comes in as a featured artist, you think she could sit back and just come in and just be a feature, but no, she gets into a controversy once again.
Yeah, right. I definitely think she had nothing to do with this, but like I think she came in, they said, oh, this is what we're doing. She's like, oh, cool, because you can't assume Soyeon has seen Isol's music video. Like Isol, it's not just, she's just not that big for to be relevant in South Korea. So I don't think it's fair to assume that Soyeon has seen it.
The only thing they know Isol, like Isol is not like not known because they have collabed with people that Isol has worked with too.
Right, but fair, but you can't assume they've seen any Isol's music video. Like Isol is not Taylor Swift, where you're like, okay, if you're in that industry, you must have seen it. Like she's just not. So I don't think Soyeon might have seen it, but the director definitely seen it. Whoever produced that, they definitely seen it.
Situation feels like part of a pattern. It triggers that sense of deja vu. Like, wait, didn't something like this already happen before? And that's a fair emotional response. People are tired of seeing the same stories repeat themselves, and it's easy to project past situations onto new ones. But we still have to take each case for what it actually is. In this instance, Soyeon's involvement appears to be limited to the musical side, not the visual production. That's why it's crucial we direct our criticism toward the actual source of the problem, the people and systems that allowed this to happen in the first place, not just the artist whose name happens to be attached.
What's interesting is that none of the regular channels are talking about this.
And when it comes to Idol, they don't talk about.
I know, right? It's like crazy.
To it. You know what's actually been the most powerful part of this entire situation? Isolt's response. The way she spoke out, raw, direct, and completely unapologetic, was honestly everything this industry needs to hear. She didn't just point out that the two videos look alike. She didn't stop at saying, hey, this looks a little too similar to my work. No. She called out the system behind it, the larger ongoing pattern of Black artists, and especially Black women, being copied, disrespected, and erased in the very spaces that thrive off their innovation. Isol's statement was incredibly honest. She wrote,
so tasty.
Wow, she wrote commercial break.
Bitch You Could Never isn't just a title, it's a statement. I've built a world that was never meant to be protected. A world criticized, ignored, and pushed aside because being a Black alternative pop woman scares the system. That alone tells you the kind of uphill battle she's had to fight just to be seen and respected for her work. She created something.
But is this tweet in response to the plagiarism, or?
That's the song.
I understand that's the name of the song, but is it to respond in response to plagiarism?
I think so. Why else would she post that?
Well, maybe she posted that when she released the song.
Well, look at the date of the tweet.
There was no date.
Well, I don't know why they would pull some old tweet. I think give it a chance. Let it develop.
I wish she was a little bit more specific in that tweet, though.
Something authentic to her. Something that represented a side of Black artistry that doesn't always get celebrated in mainstream space.
What is there not to understand?
And now, to see that very vision lifted, replicated, and credited elsewhere, it's not just insulting. It's painful. She went on to say, now I'm watching artists copy my music video shot for shot with zero credit and zero respect. And the irony? I wrote the song about artists copying me. Well, I guess when you go global, the thieves go global too, right? That line, when you go global, the thieves go global too.
Okay, so this is plagiarism. She feels that there's probably going to be legal action. This is not K-pop fans, clapping at each other. Oh, you plagiarized this. This is real. This is an artist whose work she feels was copied. Okay.
She said
That one hit
plain and
hard
simply.
because it's not just about one instance of plagiarism. It's about how the global entertainment system keeps exploiting Black creativity while pretending it's something brand new. And she didn't stop there. She called it like it is. Let's be real. The K-pop industry, like many others, has been draining Black culture like a vampire for decades. Sampling our sound, stealing our moves, wearing our skin like a costume, profiting from our pain while erasing our names.
I see no lies.
I mean, is she wrong? And this is where we really need to talk about the ugliest part of this whole situation. The
Hold up. I gotta give her a clap for speaking up. Because I feel like more of that needs to be done.
Now I need all the channels to talk about this. Well, I'm not taking them seriously.
reaction. Because what's been happening
When did
online
this
since
happen?
Isolde spoke up has been nothing short of disgusting. Instead of engaging with what she said, instead of talking about the plagiarism or the very real issues she brought up, a section of the
Because
K-pop
the other
fandom
channels, what they do, they talk about everybody who's plagiarizing, maybe plagiarizing that are not in court with one another. But here's a case where you have the artists coming forward, so I expect to see this covered. Well,
Yes.
side eye.
This
Side eye,
is,
side eye.
in terms of K-pop plagiarism accusations, this is one of the strongest ones. We have seen smaller ones. I think it was remember the girl's New Jeans' sister? I think Olivia is her name. She got accused of plagiarism by an artist. So that was that. That was one of like the more serious cases, as we talked about Lisa with Fiend. There was some other guy, a cloud chaser for the name. Oh, All Day versus All Day Project. That was the name from, I don't know, that's plagiarism. That's not really, that's a little different. Yeah, because most of it is like fan wars bullshit. Like in that, we can't really go in that. But
Or even when they say, oh, Jenny plagiarized Jungkook for being in the coffin. Like there's so much like conversation, like, oh, there's a scene stealers and whatnot, but we never see them go
yeah,
take it to court.
that's why for those we really sit here most of the time. Okay, you don't own that, whatever. This is real.
decided to turn it into a full-blown racist meltdown. And it's the kind of thing that makes you sit back and wonder, how are people still like this in 2025? Isolde called out a valid issue. She stood up for herself, for her art, for her culture. And what did she get in return? A flood of racist comments. People mocking her looks, belittling her talent, twisting her words, using slurs, spreading misinformation just to discredit her. It's vile. It's dehumanizing. And it completely derails the real conversation. Let's be absolutely clear about this. You cannot, in good conscience, consume music and culture that are deeply rooted in Black innovation, the sound, the rhythm, the style, the fashion, the language, and then turn around and attack a Black artist for calling out the theft of her own work because that makes you a hypocrite. Criticizing plagiarism is fair. Defending your favorite artist is fine, as long as it's done respectfully and with facts. But responding to a Black woman's pain with racism, that doesn't make you a loyal fan.
I wonder what
It
they
makes you part of
said.
the problem she's
Expose
talking
it.
about.
You
It
can
literally proves her
imagine.
point about the lack of respect and the silencing that Black artists face globally. And let's be honest,
Yep, Soyeon
that kind
has
of
to
racist
speak
behavior
up.
doesn't help Soyeon or any idol involved at all. If anything, it makes things worse. It paints
I think Soyeon has to speak up, like apologize once, even though it's not
I
really.
don't know what would make things worse. Worse for who? For Soyeon?
Wait, what?
She said, "Oh, what the stands are doing is gonna make things worse for Soyeon."
Yeah, because I think she has to apologize for her involvement in this, even though it's more so indirect, but still she is involved. And B, she has to issue a message to the fans to cut the racism out.
the fandom in a toxic light and drags the artist's name through the mud alongside it. Because when people see those racist comments, they don't separate the fans from the fandom. They associate that ugliness with everyone. So, if your first instinct when a Black person speaks up about their work being copied is to insult their skin, their body, or their art, you need to stop, step away from your phone, and do some serious self-reflection. Because that's not protecting your idol. That's you being a dumb and brainless idiot. So, what should happen now? First and foremost, the people who actually made the video need to respond. The director and the production company need to publicly address Isolde's claims. A genuine apology is the bare minimum. Ideally, they would enter into a conversation with Isolde about proper credit and potentially even compensation. That's how you handle plagiarism. You acknowledge it, you apologize, and you make it right with the original creator. For fans, the solution is to be smarter and more ethical in our responses. Support Soyeon by hoping she and her team are more careful about the production companies they collaborate with in the future. Advocate for her to work with directors who value originality. And for heaven's sake, if you want to defend her, do it by focusing the criticism on the actual decision makers, not by launching racist attacks on the woman whose work was copied. Ultimately,
Yeah, I think defending Soyo in this is pretty easy. You just say she's just a feature and she has no credits in the video work. That's her defense in terms of Soyeon. I don't think she's to blame for this, but again,
But she does have to speak
for
out
the
because
third time,
her
I'm saying in this video,
people,
yes.
her fan base, she does need to apologize for her fan
Yeah,
base.
she is part of the project, so she needs to speak up. But at the same time, to defend her, you can say that she was not really involved in that decision
Let me see
making.
the
So,
comments here.
let's see if she says
this
anything
is a
else.
moment for learning. It's a chance for the industry to do better and for fans to be better. Because real support doesn't mean
Whatever. Let's see the comments. Most of the music industry made from Black American musical and artistic influence, which is so sad, has been boiled down to just a concept or aesthetic. Facts. But if it was the opposite, K-pop stance would go on to the black artists. Also, like you said, it's not the artist's fault unless the artists are involved in the creation and planning of the video. This is more on the producer and director in general. We have seen artists more backing take smaller creators. Yeah, that's what I said. Like in this case, because Esalt is small, they think they can get away with it. We also need to actually have a serious discussion about how K-pop takes so much from black culture, but do not want to acknowledge the fact that they do. This does not mean all K-pop artists are disrespectful or that there aren't people who acknowledge black culture. I follow plenty who do and are great. It's more so that the K-pop industry as a whole needs to take a long, hard look at themselves, especially the fans. People keep saying that Soyeon is only featured in the MV and she's not responsible, like she hasn't done cultural appropriation before. Remember the African Beats clip? I mean, okay, that's fair what she has done before, but we're talking about this specific instance though, and like we're not talking that she has never done this or
I guess they're assuming that we cannot be sure that she had no idea. Like, we don't know the level of her involvement. We're just inferring. Just
yeah,
because
but
she's a feature. So that's why this person is like, I wouldn't be shocked if she did know and didn't care.
I mean, yeah, but Rochelle, think logically. If
I am thinking logically. It's like if someone has a past of like taking work from other artists or from other cultures, what's the likelihood they're probably still doing that?
yeah, but
Because they
what I'm
haven't been
saying
called
is,
out.
you come on somebody's project, you're gonna make this, you're gonna start running shit show, or you're
But
just gonna.
you kind of have to an idea like how they formulated like behind the scenes.
I know, but you don't know where they took it
The
from.
thing is, we don't know if she don't know, so we cannot assume.
Fair, that's a great point. We don't know, so
That's
but
the point the person's making.
exactly, but by that same logic, we cannot assume that she did know
Okay,
either.
so it's neutral. We can't
Exactly,
assume
we can't
anything.
assume anything. That's why we shouldn't be blaming her.
That's why she has to come out to really say.
I
what
agree
the
that she
her
has to come out, but
involvement.
I'm saying we can't be sitting here
Period.
blaming her.
Yeah, but don't to give her a pass either.
No, it's not a pass. She definitely has to come out to say something.
Yeah, but
I
it
said
sounds
that
like-
in the beginning of the
Sounds like
video.
people are trying to give her a pass.
No,
Oh,
there's
she
no
was a
pass. She
feature.
has to come out to say something, but I'm saying we can't condemn her, nor we can let her free. She has to just come out to say something. Yes, that I agree with.
I do hope the other channels talk about it
Hmm.
because I've been noticing a pattern.
Well, this is a fresh video, so maybe it just happened when this come out today. So
This is the first time I'm at Rosie's crib, so
we may have seen Rosie's crib before. The name is familiar. I don't know.
guys, of course, I just need you people like comment and subscribe, join the Discord, and Zoe, share as much kindness as possible.